Hi, I'm Alex Saenger, and today we're going to talk about Copalum. And today I am with Hawkins Electric. These guys are here today to install Copalum in this property built in 1967. So properties from what, in the 60s and 70s? That's typically
mid-60s to mid-70s.
Mid-70s. Yes. That's where we're going to find aluminum wiring in houses. And this is a potential security issue regarding the home and fires.
Mainly it's a fire safety issue where the aluminum connections, where aluminum connect or aluminum to copper connect, those connections can become loose and start to arc, which can actually cause a fire. So the actual aluminum wiring that runs through the wall is perfectly fine. It's where it terminates at a receptacle or switch where there's a connection.
So something like an outlet like this one's actually already been replaced. And this outlet, or this light switch here.
Electrical panel, light switches, receptacles, light fixtures, anywhere where that aluminum comes and terminates to another wire or light fixture.
Now let's talk just for a second about the circuit breaker.
The main electric service, meaning the service cable coming into the house and then coming from the meter down into the main panel, that was original to the house, so that's, from 76 as well. So that outer insulation was frayed, allowing moisture to get into the service cable, come into the panel. And actually the main electric panel here is a Federal Pacific panel, which is just as much of a hazard as the aluminum wiring in the house.
So now we're going to go ahead and take some time and meet with Dustin, and we're going to go and see what the actual process is of putting the Copalum in.
So home this size generally takes 4 to 5 days to do, depending on what the technician runs into, if there are any buried junction boxes. If you go through and do the Copalum and don't get every single aluminum to aluminum connection, then you're leaving a hazard in the house. So here at Hawkins Electric, everybody who does the Copalum is certified by Tyco.
Now it's really important to focus on this because if you have a house built in the late 60s, early 70s, this is going to wind up becoming an issue. In this particular case, the buyer actually called the insurance company and asked them, hey, is this going to be an issue? They said, actually, you need to go through this process or you need to rip out all the wires and replace them with copper. A typical two-story Rambler built in 1967, that has about 1,800 square feet. Roughly what kind of ballpark are we talking about to actually go through and do the Copalum through the whole house?
$7,500, if there's some copper in the house to, if it's all aluminum, you could be looking towards, $9,500.
Now if he had ripped out all the wires and replaced them with copper, what kind of a ballpark would something like that range?
You're generally talking about double, $16,000, $18,000, and that's purely to remove the aluminum and install copper. That's not counting repairs to the drywall and other issues that you might run into painting.
Yeah, so it's a much less expensive solution to updating the electrical system in your house, which is phenomenal because ultimately, all you care about is that everything is safe and you want to spend the least amount of money possible. If you're selling your home, it might be something that you want to give Hawkins Electric a call to get an estimate so that way you know what it's going to cost. Because ultimately, if the buyer can't get insurance because of the electric system, they can't get a loan. And if they can't get a loan, they can't buy your house. Thanks again. And is there anything else that we should know about before we head out today?
Just that the Copalum is the only permanent solution recognized by the Consumer Product Safety Commission for the remediation of the aluminum wiring, and you can see why it's all mechanical.
Thanks again, Brian, for coming out and telling us all about Copalum. It was an education. I hope you got something out of the video too. And if you know anybody else that might have a house that's this age, feel free to share this video with them. Share the link down below. And if you know anybody thinking about buying, selling, renting, or investing in real estate, I'm Alex Saenger, and I'm never too busy for your referrals. Have a great one. We'll see you soon.